was in an improv group at Brown, and I did a lot of plays and stuff like that.
So were you in the theater program itself, or?
No, I was
Okay.
semiotics major.
And did you say symbiotics major?
Semiotics.
Semiotics.
Semiotics. Semiotics. It's the, I don't even know what it is. You could Wikipedia it. I'm sure they would be able to explain it. But it's basically it's a language, the language of signs and symbols.
So you're using that a significant amount, I'm assuming now in your work. I see that there's a
Are
very.
you being
big-
sarcastic?
No.
Okay. Are you?
No, yeah, a little bit. There's
Because I am.
There's a, you are. How are you using it
Absolutely.
now?
Well, I mean, cinema the vocabulary of cinema is
Yes.
semiotic by nature. So, like, if you see a guy in a western and he's wearing a white cowboy hat, what does that white cowboy
Right.
hat tell you?
Makes a lot of sense.
What does it tell you?
Oh, good guy.
Exactly.
You're sitting in a black chair.
That's semiotic. You
No,
could
but
say
I know
that the
you-
director, it's a director's chair, and it symbolizes that I'm a director, even though most director's chair would be taller. But anyway, yeah, like it's just, what do things mean? Why is something funny? I'm a huge fan of, like, very, very classic structure. And that's also kind of semiotic thinking. It's like, I love the structure of something. I love the formula of something. And then the trick is to make the audience not notice that. To not notice how much work went into building something. And so it's like architectural. You know, the writing part is you're blueprinting, and you're making sure that all the plumbing works and all of the pipes fit together and everything like that. And then when it's done, no one notices all those little pieces. It feels like it happened. It feels very effortless, but it wasn't. And so I love, like, a really good story. So to that extent, I've definitely absorbed Sid Field and Robert McKee, and I think that what they're saying is very correct. And one thing that I do tell my students is not to poo-poo those screenwriting books, because they're actually, as sort of silly as they might seem, they're actually very useful. I think I came into teaching very structurally, very oriented towards structure, and very somewhat dogmatic about it. And I think I've learned from my students to be less that way, to find value in being more experimental and not necessarily being totally locked into things have to happen any one certain way. That there are millions of ways to write. And if anything, I try to encourage them to just find their way. There's no better piece of advice you could ever give anyone who has a desire to be in any industry than to work hard. But then, and to be humble, and to understand that things don't happen overnight. And then that's my second piece of advice, which is that it's a marathon, not a sprint. These are my Michael Showalter's golden nuggets of wisdom. And then my third golden nugget of wisdom is the journey is the reward. It's not where you're going, it's how you got there. Now, sounds like I'm making a joke, but I'm
No,
not.
it's a very Zen approach.
Because people, especially with writing things, I couldn't say this. I can't honestly give actors advice, because I actually don't think of myself as an actor on any level. I don't identify at all as an actor. I have great respect for them. I'm in awe of what I think a true actor is. But I think that people want to get where they're going so badly that they skip over doing all the things that in other words, like, it's really not important how something good has to happen organically. And when you're done, you will have experienced the entire journey, and you will have been present for every moment of it. This is getting into feature writing stuff. This is getting to the writing part of it, because writing a screenplay is not easy, but people assume that it is, because of final draft. Final draft is the enemy of the screenwriter, because you can write and then you can print out your pages and it looks like you've written a screenplay, but it's not easy. It shouldn't be easy, and if it's easy, then I think you're doing something wrong.